Apothecary Diaries, Season 1, Episode 17. Sure, she happens to be great at this too. Oh, that's kind of sweet. Is that a compliment? And I understand it. Would it really cause a war? Oh, that's like the nicest thing that she could have said. Well, it's a great compliment for his physical appearance. Thinking about it, it maybe means nothing to Jinshi, or very little, because that's not his insecurity. But man, what a way to phrase that. I don't know, people are weird. It's perfectly possible that Jinshi is super attractive to everyone, except for the person that he wants to be attracted to him. And so he thinks he's ugly. Oh, maybe it's that. Yeah, why didn't I think of that? Not freckles. Everyone hates freckles. Is that quickly? I guess that's quickly at this time period. What's wrong, Jinshi? What are you avoiding? Who hurt you? Who's hurting you? Okay. I also am very curious about this. Feels like something's wrong. I expect nothing less from Mao Mao. Episode 17, A Jaunt Around Town. Can't help it. He's just so damn beautiful. You're so beautiful, it's annoying. Your beauty irritates me. Why would you throw away your greatest asset? What are you doing? Yeah. Oh, the smell. That is actually incredible. Their smell. There's something to this, I've noticed this. The rich people I know, they smell rich. Oh my god. And are farmers, most likely. So if you want to be poor, you gotta smell bad. Oh, is it the answer to the question? But his question was, how do you lower the ranking of a concubine? But she's talking about customers. But she definitely knows this world. Anti-conditioner. Just oiling up your hair. How low are we aiming for exactly? Jinshi wanted slightly lower and he got peasant, not admitted to House Verdigris. And that's how I found out he was not a eunuch. Oh, okay. Damn it, it's infuriating. He's just perfect in every way, physically. So lucky that he's a creep. Oh, okay. That doesn't make any sense, yeah. And nobody would believe this. You just gain all that weight overnight. This whole thing is making me feel weird because we're putting so much thought and effort and attention onto changing Jinshi's appearance, and it's entertaining and it's comical. We haven't figured out why, and it's a little bit concerning. I mean, I think maybe Mao Mao could figure it out, and I think there is maybe something important here, except that we're getting a little bit distracted by the assignment. Nothing says you're poor like a tan. That would be unfair. That would be a super stimulus. This is not part of the assignment. This is just for fun. This is for own amusement. Looks oddly familiar. Like a former concubine we once knew. Yes, this is horrible. Everything is the matter. Nothing will ever be okay again. We never speak of this. I like how Gaoshun and the lady just went with it. Ew, moles. No one likes moles. He's gone from beautiful to repulsive. This is the day that Mao Mao fell in love? That's from training swords. He's no ordinary eunuch. Basket. And now he knows you know. The annoying part about this is that she's gonna do all this, he's still gonna look beautiful. Beautiful people, they just look beautiful no matter what they do. It just looks like a different look. They say beauty hurts, I guess like unbeauty also hurts. I'm sort of curious about the final result. It's gonna be terrible. When she said she was gonna go all in, she was not joking. Oh, she's doing the Marlon Brando thing on this, the day of his daughter's wedding. Right, yeah.
元の良さは困ったものだ。
Oh yeah, boo-hoo.
明日まで暇をもらったので。高春様にしては珍しい表情だ。
Oh, something's wrong.
途中まで同じ道筋ですよね。
え？
別人に変装したところでいつもと同じ従者を
It's a disguise.
シャオマオも変装すればいいんじゃ
I
ない？
mean, she could just make herself more beautiful.
それはいいですね。
She could remove her ghastly freckles. Oh, does she not know? She doesn't know.
普段と似ても似つかない姿になればいいのよね。ねえ。
This is kind of horrifying. Out of nowhere.
それに名前を言ったら変装の意味がないだろう。
では何と呼べばよろしいのですか？
Jinshu.
そうだな。
Jinshu.
私のことは
Jinka. That was close.
生地もデザインも仕立てもよく、古臭くもない。
It's pretty.
ここだけならいいところのお嬢様と言ってもおかしくないだろう。
I also really like how comfortable this feels with not just Jinshi and Mamo, which is cool, but his whole inner world. She kind of feels like she's family now. Something about that group makeup project.
何がそんなに楽しいんだ。
I think he's really enjoying being with her. I think he really likes her. He's looking at her so lovingly.
ではジンカ様。
Not master. Peasant Jinka.
ジンカ。
はい、お嬢様。
Watch her abuse this position. Oh, she's totally gonna abuse this position. This is your chance.
それほど気をてらった偽名じゃないが。
What does Jinka mean? Is it a
わざわざ
flower?
花という字を入れているのもなんとも言えない。
How did I know?
やっぱり女装にした方が良かったかな。
No, that would have been too deadly, too dangerous for this world.
世の平和のためにそれだけは避けた方が。
They would go all Helen of Troy on him.
花町の手前にある飯屋です。そこで知り合いと待ち合わせよ
This is all very suspicious, Jinka.
う。なんで私が護衛なんか。
Well, I don't have to be here at all. Oh wait, it's him. He may come in handy.
ジンカ。
How dare
申し
you?
訳ありません、お嬢様。
よろしい。
What does this remind me of? What Disney movie is this? Well, I mean, it's like reverse Aladdin. Actually, doesn't Jasmine also do this?
季節柄まだ刃物は少ないの。
Jinshi probably enjoying this, just the casualness of it, you know, being outside of the walls and being free, not having everyone's eyes on him, fawning over him. This is one of the things I imagine is actually really hard about being a celebrity. As much as everybody wants the perks of being a celebrity, it's less common to think about the flip side of that. I mean, just in general, it's easier to fixate on the things people have that we want while ignoring the costs or the sacrifices made to get those things. You know, you want the mastery of the thing, but not the tens of thousands of hours of toiling away at it. You want the money, but not a lot of people around you asking you for it and getting hurt when you don't give it to them. Being this famous, you have to think carefully and strategically about just going outside. And like whatever you do at any moment, there's this feeling like someone is taking a picture of it. There's no more freedom. There's no more complete relaxation outdoors, which is kind of crazy to think about. Damn, look at that daikon. It's huge.
買い物ですか？その格好で。
He's giving it back.
親父に食わせてやりたかった。
Oh, that's kind of sweet and sad.
医師としても薬師としても右に出るものは
But he never accepts money, or he's not good with money. He's too generous. Some people are like that. Though at least with him, it feels like a choice. What?
何ですか？
なんで黙っている？
Hmm?
別に話すことがないから。
Why would I talk to a lowly peasant like Jinka? Are you crying?
どうぞ。
Oh, she bought one for him. For her servant. That's so sweet. Stop crying.
あ、
Thank you for paying attention to me.
香ばしい鶏皮、じゅわっと広がる。
This is one of my favorite street foods.
野営の時のよりうまいな。塩が効いている。
Did she live in?
宦官は普通武官のような仕事はしないと思う。
There's a lot we don't know about Jinshi still. We're making a lot of assumptions.
あら、ガオシュン、お帰りなさい。
My boy Gaoshin looks tired.
柿渋を塗ったばかりだから。
Why?
坊ちゃんのおもちゃよ。懐かしいでしょう。
The toys makes a comeback. Very symbolic for Jinshi. He's having a great time, yeah. He loves it.
一度気に入ったおもちゃがあれば、坊ちゃんはそればかりで遊んでいたわね。
And he's found another one.
あなたが新しいおもちゃを持ってきては、どうにかしようと苦労してた。
Yeah. It depends on how far we extend this metaphor. If it's just something to really excite him and light him up, that's beautiful. But with a lot of things in the show, there's always that sort of dark shadow element as a suggestion. And that would be like getting bored of Mao Mao, tossing her aside. He does own her after, you know, he bought her.
一つのものに執着する。ジンシ様はそれが許される立場にありませんから。
He's not a child anymore. And there's just so much on his plate.
俺とさっさと別れたいような口ぶりだな。
そうでしょうか。
Was it that obvious?
確かに別れたらもう一度戻って大根と
I
鶏
mean,
を買おうと思ってい
yeah,
る
she has
が。
responsibilities with her father.
宮廷の生活も悪くないだろう。
No.
花町の生活より ずっといいと思うが
That doesn't mean anything. This is just him being sensitive and insecure. Because he really wants her to like him, I think. And it seems like he really wants her to enjoy life in the palace, because then the thinking is like, well, then she'll like me, the provider of this. Speaking of celebrities, and we can add to this people who are insanely rich, etc. People who have a very high level of something that's coveted, they often end up with some very extreme or odd traits or behaviors because they don't have the normal grounding or feedback, honest feedback from people around them, because people are so enamored by them or want something from them that they're just getting the message that everything they do is great. There is definitely an appeal to that, and some people lose themselves in it and become total jerks. But I think for anyone who has a decent sense of gut intuition about life, it starts to feel hollow and you kind of resent it and you want realness. And you also want to feel like people can like you for who you actually are. For so many dynamics, I mean, this applies to children too, I think. It's frustrating when everything you do is met by approval. Good things are met by approval, and then you do terrible things and they're also met by approval. Well, then what does anything mean? There's nothing I'm getting out of this. There's nothing to learn. There's nothing to sink into. Mao Mao, at least in their interpersonal reactions, she isn't that. She'll give him true Mao Mao and her true thoughts. So not knowing exactly how to approach it, not trusting that it can come naturally, there's something about you that tries to muscle it, right? You think, if I just finagle things in just the right way, I say the right things, I give the right gifts, well, then I'll be liked. It's something you have to grab onto and squeeze really tight. And it's sad because that's often counterproductive, right? Like you're making challenges to test if you can trust the thing because you're so insecure about it. But those tests end up being sort of off-putting to the people who have a normal, healthy, stable emotional framework. There's nothing about this that needs to be comparative. Obviously, the palace has its benefits, and Mama's living there right now, and in some sense, she's choosing to live there, and she's very engaged with it. But also, this is her home. There are things she loves here, like her father, the people she considers to be her family at House Verdigris, street food, etc. This is very relevant for me right now because I live in Korea. I just got a visa to live full-time in Korea, finally. But I'm currently in New York, my hometown, and it's just great to be back. You know, it's just great to like walk to the corner pizza store. It's nice to be able to speak English. All these little things that you take for granted when you are from here. You come back and you get to experience it again and see that it's still here, all the familiar sights and your old haunts and your friends. It's not a comparison. It's just two beautiful things.
自分の意思で出資してますし、与えられた部屋も綺麗なものです。
Right.
ただ、一人残された
Right.
養父がちゃん
Family
と
is
生活できて
a big one. It's a huge one. I struggle with this all the time.
お前が薬や毒以外のことに気を使うとは
Wow, you had a terrible read on
養
her
父は
then.
薬の死です
She
から
cares deeply about
まだまだ
a lot of
長生き
things.
してもらわねば困るんですよ。
You don't need to hide it, Mao Mao.
よほど優秀だったんじゃないか
He is
留学は
extremely
国に
talented.
選ばれなければいけないはずだぞ
Oh, really?
天は二物を与えずと言いますが、与えられた人間もいるんです。
それは大層な御仁だなそんな御仁がなぜ花町で薬屋を
He's in it for the work. That's probably why he's so good at it. I don't think so.
一物を取られてしまいましたから。
それはお前の養父が宦官だということか
そうですけど。ああ、花町式ジョークが滑ったのだろうか。
Oh, yeah, okay. I was wondering. So that was the second talent. I get the joke. It's just weird hearing it from Mao Mao. And the setup was just so deadpan.
親父は裁縫への留学を理由に先帝の母、すなわち先の皇太后に宦官にされてしまったらしい。
Why do you need to be a eunuch to go abroad? Can't have you having kids
宦官
out there.
寿司いかん
言ってなかったかな。
This is ringing a bell for him.
わざわざ変装までした理由が分かった。なら花町まで来てくれればよいもの。
Yeah, wait. We're going
どういう意
to
味だ
a pleasure house?
六商館の馴染みには詳しいのか
まあ派手に立ち回る客であれば。
どんな奴がいる
Oh, we're here to answer Lacan's question. Oh, he's here to find out about Mao Mao. Oh, that's actually really sweet. This actually is starting to feel like really deep love, or at least infatuation. If I'm understanding this correctly, I know this feeling. That feeling of like, you're not going to leave any stone unturned in order to feel like you're getting closer to this person. That's what this feels like. He did all this to come here to find out the answer to Lacan's question because he knows it has some relation to Mao Mao, right?
妓女の価値を下げるにはどう
This
すれば
question. We didn't have to come all the way out here to
不愉
ask.
快なことを聞きますね。
You should maybe explain what you're asking.
要望の良いものとそうでないものに分けられ、後者は顔見せが終わるとすぐ客を取り身を売ることになります。一方、見込みのあるものは茶飲みから始まり教養で客を取ります。値はどんどん釣り上がり、
Right, with
上がっ
skills.
たところで露出を減らすと
And then you start selling your bodies.
客に一度も手をつけられないということもあります。手つかずの
That's still the
花
game
だから
now.
こそ価値があるのです。倒れば それだけで価値は半減します。
Well, there's a bunch of things to it. One, you wouldn't want to sleep with anyone that you wouldn't sleep with under normal circumstances. So you have an incentive in many cases to lead people on to extract as much money as you can out of them before they give up. Though, like, some people never give up because there's that sunk cost fallacy thing where you can't admit to yourself that you're being gamed. So you think like, I'm so close, just a little bit more money. That's how people end up in these massive traps where they're giving their life savings to hostesses or hosts or whatever, or online girlfriends. And then another part of it is on the image side, you're always trying to give that impression of chastity, or purity at least, because I don't think chastity is like really expected anymore.
さらに
Of course, of course.
価値などないに等しくなります。
Right, that makes sense. This seems to hint at or nod at the idea that Lacan is her father. Maybe that's what Jinshi just was clued into. It's weird how like he got all dressed up to go to the house, Vertigo's house, and like we never even got there. He just asked Mama directly, which he could have done from the beginning. But on the plus side, he got to have this nice day out and eat chicken skewers with his love, it seems, Mao Mao, because this is a lot. I mean, I didn't realize quite how deeply he had fallen. This episode really, I think, shows it. He just put everything on hold to go investigate this question. I mean, I can speculate that like there could be other elements to it, like just hatred of Lacan, following Lacan's directive, but that's not how it feels to me. It feels like this was a Mao Mao date. Even humbling himself to be her servant, this real trust, and crying in front of her. It's funny, you know, like I was very critical of Jinshi at first. Now that like the creepiness is gone and the touching is gone and we're actually seeing his honest self, I really like him. And it happened fairly quickly. I think another big turning point was seeing him contrasted with Lacan, who was actually creepy, like in a sinister way, not just in like an awkward way. That pairing sort of changed the scale in a way that made Jinshi immediately likable and all his sins forgiven. And also just thinking about his position more, you know, like what I said this episode about how would he know? He has no experience. Everyone's always fawning over him. He never developed the actual real important skills of socializing because he's so high on the pedestal that it just comes off as sort of like a little bit silly, just a little bit clumsy. But no, it actually seems like he's actually pretty sweet and he's deeply, deeply interested and showing a lot of compassion for Mao Mao.